Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Do you feel like it's just getting so much more expensive out there these days? Because I sure do. So today we're gonna watch some videos about other people thinking it's a little too expensive too. Okay, first video.
My dad told me that for his first apartment, his rent was $150. My rent is almost 20 times that, and they just emailed me and let me know that they're actually increasing my rent. My dad told me that for his first apartment.
Her scream. Her scream, I feel that. That's literally me. 20 times 150 is roughly like $3,000. Okay, so her rent is like $3,000 a month. That's crazy, but it's really not that crazy, you know? What's crazy is the $150 of rent. Comment. Only paying $150 in rent would be literally life-changing for us. Yes. Do you know how fast I could pay off like my house? Literally would be life-changing. What did your parents pay for rent? My parents paid, I think it was like $140,000 for their house back in 1993. This was a 2-story house. It came with 34 acres. It had a barn on it as well. And I just think about what the price is today, how much that would be today. It literally makes my stomach hurt thinking about it. And then this girl is getting an email saying her rent is increasing. It's increasing more than $3,000. It's brutal. I'm sure she's already stretched more thin than she could possibly be at that point. But also depending on where you live, you're gonna pay more. So hopefully she makes more. It all depends on how much you make, right? All right, let's watch this next.
This is what the cost of living crisis looks like. My 2026 life is exactly the same as my 2025 life, except that it costs $400 more per month. And that's because my health insurance went up by $200 a month. My home insurance went up by $30 a month. Gas has gone up almost $1 per gallon in the last 3 weeks alone. Groceries are more expensive. Electricity is more expensive. And none of these increases are my fault, and they're not your fault either. None of this is because I'm bad with money or I'm spending too much on avocado toast. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing. I'm cooking at home. I am doing low-cost hobbies like hiking and biking. But when costs go up and random stuff happens, like a leak in my roof, that means I have to pay more. This is unsustainable for the vast majority of Americans. And while I absolutely believe that an individual has the power to change their life, I also think we need to be realistic about how systemic this cost of living crisis is. In order for things to change, we need top-down change.
I thought this girl was me talking. She literally sounds like me. Her 2026 life is exactly like her 2025 life, except she's paying $400 more per month. That's so expensive. She's shopping at Aldi. Okay, Aldi is like the cheapest place you can shop. So it's not like she's going out to eat all the time, spending money on drinks. It's literally life essentials that are going up. The insurance thing, don't get me started. Our house insurance just went up too. Like, the fact that gas has gone up $1 per gallon in the last few weeks makes my head explode thinking about it. I hate it. I hate it. And it's kind of funny because a lot of times people blame like your lifestyle for why you're spending too much money and you're not making enough. Seems like, you know, the older generation sometimes likes to do that. But no, she literally said it's not because she's buying avocado toast and all these special lattes. While yes, lattes can be very expensive now, that's not her issue, nor is it half of America's issue. How much are you spending more in 2026 than you did in 2025? All right, we're watching the next one.
We were never supposed to see this much money on our paychecks. We were never supposed to see this much money being paid to us at a time. And you probably wondering to yourself, what money are you talking about? Because I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm broke. That's the point that I'm trying to drive. You can't tell me that you don't remember making $7 an hour and everything being cool. And that was low end. If somebody was like, well, come to my job, they paying a little bit more, and that little bit more be $9.50, you would have jumped out of your seat. If you were lucky, you made $10 an hour and you had a significant amount of money in your pocket left over after you paid your bills. And don't get me started on $15 an hour. When you were making $10 an hour, you didn't know 3 people who made $15 an hour. And now $15 an hour is entry to regular jobs. And that can't cover anything.
Dude, it's so true. My first job, I think I was making $7.25 and I loved it. It was so much money I was making. I could pay for anything I wanted. And now, if you make $20 an hour, it does not get you by. And back then, $20 an hour, could you imagine? This is all pre-COVID. Anything pre-COVID, it's a different world pre-COVID. I'm gonna read some comments. Struggling more now at $33 an hour than when I made $12.50. That has 13,000 likes on it. I'm making almost $27 an hour and I'm seeing less money now than ever. I'm making $40 an hour. Never dreamed of that. I did better making $16 an hour back in 2019. 2019, she made 16 versus now she's making 40 an hour and she felt better back then. I made 80K last year. I can't afford a house. Our grandparents were making literal coins and buying properties with berries. Yeah. It's crazy because anyone over the age of probably about 25, when you were making $15 an hour, that was baller shot collar. And now $15 an hour is literally poverty wages, which is so sad and crazy to think about. It sucks. Life, it sucks out there. What hourly wage would you actually need to feel comfortable living this life? A comfortable lifestyle, not an extravagant lifestyle, a comfortable lifestyle. So for a little context, if you want to know, since 2021, prices have risen 22.7%, while wages only grew 21.5%. So workers really are falling behind even with all of these huge, big raises. Another quick tidbit, in quarter 1 of 2026, what we just got out of, the real pay actually declined for the first time since 2022. And you think about what $15, a whole hour of your life worked actually gets you, it will get you a latte and maybe like something to eat. I remember when I moved to a new state, their minimum wage was $9.45 or $9.75. And I felt so rich going from $7.25 to $9.25. And now $20 an hour doesn't even get you by. It's crazy out there. Times have changed. Can I blame COVID or what are we blaming? Whatever. The more I think about this stuff, the more annoyed I get. Let's move on.
One of the issues is that the things that are supposed to be considered luxury and the basic items are priced similarly. The other day, I was looking into like ordering some food, right? I was like, okay, I'm gonna do pickup because pickup's usually cheaper. There was like a $5 difference between pickup and delivery, and they were both high prices. You go to the store now, you're thinking about, okay, I'm gonna save some money, I'm gonna budget. The thing that you were gonna budget, the item, is the same price as the name brand item. Like, you know how stores have generic brands and like their own brand? They're damn near the same price as the name brand food products. And that's the issue. Everything is priced similarly now because there's no more margin. And what really grinds my gears is that the quality of these items match. Like, you would assume that the name brand would be higher quality, but it's the same as the generic. Listen, point me in the direction of all the crazy couponing moms. I need to learn from y'all, because things are getting ridiculous.
Girl, I know. I literally just shop at Aldi because name brand items at grocery stores are no different than the store brand, and the price point is very different. Well, sometimes they're pretty similar. But overall, a can of vegetables like Del Monte is like, what, $1.79 for a can versus, you know, an Aldi can of green beans is 79 cents. Obviously, they taste the exact same. They probably are processed in the exact same plant. Yeah, I used to work in a grocery store, so I do have some background knowledge on this. All right, let's look at this video.
Today, I'm gonna find out how much food this $50 can buy for my family in 2026. Here we go. First thing I'm looking to buy is some rice. This 5-pound bag of rice is only $3.37. Next up is gonna be some pasta. I'm really just trying to get these carbs as cheap as I can. I got 3 boxes, so that should be $2.94. Next up is Quick Oats, $4.18 for 42 ounces. I'm gonna get 2 loaves of bread, $1.48 each. That should be good for the carbs. And now for some protein. The red meat really is looking too expensive right now. I'm gonna get these chicken breasts, $10.61. Next up is eggs. We do eat a lot of eggs. I'm just making sure none of them are broken. Milk, I actually don't see any price tag, but I'm just gonna assume it's around $3. Now for some produce. Sprouts, $2.97 each. Carrots, $2 218.
I hope he's keeping
Celery,
track because
188.
I've already lost
Need
track.
one more thing, some apples. I really hope this is going to be under 50 bucks. These are on sale. And I'm going to the checkout now. So the total was just under $50, $47.53.
Yeah, do I think everything he bought from Walmart was worth $50? No, because he bought the most generic basic items and it was almost $50. Also, I noticed there was no tax. So he lives in a state with no tax. If you live in a state with tax, that would have been over $50. Just throwing that out there. Let's read some comments. Yeah, if you have Aldi nearby, they are pretty affordable. Yeah. Burger King family meal is $19.99. This girl said, chicken, rice, broccoli, stir fry with celery and carrots. Damn, I see so many meals there. Great for $47. She's not wrong. He is getting a lot of meals for that $50. There's multiple meals in there. So we get the point, right? Like, grocery store prices are literally so crazy. The amount they have gone up within the last 6 years blows my mind. Now, he did a good job in choosing Walmart because that will be one of the cheapest places. Walmart and Aldi are the cheapest. If he would have went to any other grocery store, his items would have been way over $50. Just throwing that out there. And if you notice, he got white rice, the most generic kind of white rice. He got white bread. So that is the cheapest bread you can get. There's no nutritional value in that. He couldn't even look at the beef because it's too expensive. And we're not even going to talk about the hormones and is it even real beef or not. Just throwing that out there. If you have not seen videos on that yet, look it up. Our food, oh my gosh, I cannot go on this rampage. But our food is not as real as it used to be, okay? All right, well, what do you think you could feed your family of 5 for? Like, I think we should go to the grocery store with $50 and see what all we can buy with that $50 and what meals we can come out with it. So some data shows that food prices in 2025 rose 2.3% and meat prices jumped 1.3% in April of 2026. But with beef specifically, it jumped 2.7%, which is literally just crazy. If you've ever bought a full-on cow, like now is the time you should do that. Listen to this statistic. This is crazy. The USDA estimates a thrifty food plan for a family of 4 cost about $9.75 a month. $1,000 a month to feed a family of 4. Food prices have gone up so much. When I worked in a grocery store, we had price changes every single day, and they were never price changes to go down. They were always price changes to go up. Now, I saw the biggest increase of this after COVID. And did we price gouge toilet paper? No, we didn't ever price gouge toilet paper. We just didn't put them on sale. Here we go.
We just spent $135 at Walmart as a one-income family of 4 that is trying to pay off $30,000 debt. Our pantry and our fridge is empty, so I'm just happy we finally got this. Oh, Jesus. A pack of soda, not necessary, but necessary for my mental sanity. Some diapers for my son because he's still not potty trained. Sunnas, cheese, feta cheese, strawberry containers. Important thing, coffee. We splurged this time because this one's actually good. Some pasta. Of making this last time, it was still easy, so we got a family size tortellini, some leche, sourdough bread. I really want to learn how to make this myself. Nuts that are very, very green. We got tomatoes, apple juice, pickles, heavy whipping cream, my favorite coffee creamer. Cheese, we got the good one this time. More cheese, some ham, some lettuce, tater tots. Finally, we have some school snacks. We got the Great Value cookies, mini muffins, puffs for my niece, pizza bagels. These are way better than the name brand in my opinion. Better has been begging for these, some goldfish. Haven't tried this. This juice is delicious. And then we also got some bacon bits.
So she just paid $135 for a grocery haul that was honestly not a lot of items. There was nothing significantly huge in that grocery haul. Her Coke was probably $8, which she said that that's a splurge. She needed it for herself. It's okay if we splurge on ourselves sometimes. Her coffee, that was another thing that she splurged on. It was the McDonald's one. How is McDonald's coffee splurging at this point, you know? This day and age, if you buy anything besides store brand, it means you are splurging. But honestly, what's the difference? They come from the same place. That haul was $135 at Walmart. She had to buy diapers. That one's pretty expensive, but she did buy the Walmart brand, which is the cheapest one you can buy. School snacks, cheese, bread, nothing was really out of the ordinary, and it was $135. That's gonna last them maybe a week. And $30K in debt? Oof. I don't think she's even talking about like a mortgage, obviously. That's just $30K in debt. Like, that's rough. That is so hard. They're literally just surviving and trying to dig themselves out of it. Grocery prices are up 25% since 2020. Let that sink in. Aroma tomato is one of the cheapest tomatoes you can buy, right? They used to cost about like 24 cents per one, like an estimate. That jumped up to 50 cents per Roma tomato. One tomato. Let's move on.
I just want to say this real quick. I had a full ass crash out about gas prices. Gas, $65 for one tank. I was paying $40 to $45 for a tank a couple months ago. I physically cannot afford it anymore. I actually can't afford it. I commute for work. I get gas every 3 days. I can't do it. And I'm tired of this shit.
I don't commute to work. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't consider the people who have that long commute to work that's over 20 minutes. If you're commuting to work and you're spending like an hour going to work, an hour coming back, you are going through gas quick. But yeah, going from $40 to $60 per tank in the matter of probably like 2 weeks hurts. I had a crash out. Our gas is $4.19 right now. Ouch. And I know where I live, it's $4 is cheap comparatively to like California, Hawaii, probably. Like, I'm crashing out thinking about it. I feel so bad for her. I feel bad for everyone. So let's do the math. $65 every 3 days, roughly $650 a month, just on gas. That's another car payment on top of your actual car payment. Let that sink in. Before, she was probably spending like $300, $325 per month on gas. It literally jumps 50% because back in January, it was half of this. It was literally half this cost. Not even January, just a couple months ago. And these are things that we have to use to live with. These are nothing that is extra. She has to pay for gas to get to work. There's no going about it. What is she going to quit her job, then make no money? Let's look at the next one before I get upset.
I'm having a rough morning. So I'm only making this video because I don't want any other single parent, one income families to do what I did. Around Christmas time, to be able to afford presents, my apartment complex, you pay your rent through an app. Really not that serious. I think it's because I'm getting ready to start my period. That's why I'm so emotional. Allow you to do the Livable app where you can like make payments. What it does is it takes the whole rent out at the beginning of the month and then you pay the 3 payments back, or 2 payments, however you set it up. Once I started it and did it the one time, I could never get out of the cycle of using it. I couldn't get out of the cycle of paying it because I didn't have enough each paycheck, if that makes sense. I don't get my paycheck on Fridays until like 11 at night. So I make my payment at 11. Well, it doesn't process until the next Monday. So this rent paycheck, I haven't even paid rent yet. It's the 6th. So now I'm getting the $50 late fees. So I messaged the Livable app because it's not letting me pay my May rent. And so I messaged them yesterday and I'm like, look, it says it's still processing, but it came out of my bank account. Like, how do I make the payment today so that I don't get the late fees? And she's like, oh, well, the window will be open until the 8th. You'll be good. So I go to pay it today. Well, because there's a late fee, it won't let me use the Livable app. I don't even have enough from my paycheck to pay my rent. $100 short on rent, which my mom has sent me Venmo, but I also use SoFi banking, which I love SoFi, but I can't transfer my money from Venmo to my SoFi. So I processed my rent payment, which I know is going to get denied because I highly doubt they're going to let me overdraft $100. I literally have no money for the next 2 weeks. I'm just so mad at myself for putting myself in this position. Like, I knew the day was going to come where I was going to have to just pay rent out of one paycheck so that way I could get out of the whole being stuck in this cycle of paying that Livable thing. Don't do the buy here, pay here apps. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. Okay, love you, bye.
So now they have rent payment apps out there. One girl said, girl, I'm stuck in the cycle of daily pay. So instead of living check to check, I'm living shift to shift. I feel ya. That's really hard. Breaking up rent payments. Early paydays and everything are schemes to get you to pay more in fees and eventually something goes wrong. Obviously, she just wanted a good Christmas for her kids. I get that, but yeah, I feel bad for her, obviously. I don't know. These flexible payment apps just prey on people like this girl who are already stretched to the thin. They always market it as helpful, but they profit off of your desperation. Like, that's just what they do. Any of those buy now, pay later services. Has anyone else gotten stuck in one of these payment app cycles? I feel like lots of people won't talk about it, but people do get stuck in them, just like this girl. These apps are literally the modern version of the payday lending, which you always see those places, but I never see any cars there. But they obviously make enough money to stay open, profiting off of, what is it? people not being able to pay it back, the late fees. Let's not go into, that's how people get into so much credit card debt, is they don't pay off their balance. And then that interest just racks on top of each other. You're paying 28% in interest. Just pay the balance of your card off every single month and you will be okay. I say that, but I know it's not easy. Some people love to give things to others. They don't think about the money. And it's so hard for people who don't realize how much that they're spending until the credit card statement comes around and then you see it and you're like, I don't have this.
How small their fruit and veg section. Apparently the prices of fruit and veg in America is double the price of their sweets. So we are currently outside Target. Let's go see if it's true. Oh, this Target is massive, yo. You know one thing I can never get over in America? How fat their portions are, man. Like, for example, these Rice Krispie treats. It feels like I'm in Costco right now rather than a supermarket. You get all their sweets. The price ranges between $3 to $5. That's without tax, guys. Without tax. Now let's look at their fruit and vegetable section and point out how small their fruit and veg section actually is. Like, it's only that store and that store, and then the rest right next to it, it's literally pastries amongst pastries. So straight away, yeah, just for some oranges, $5.29. How much mini potatoes are? Guess how much? $4.39. $4.39 for this small packet. Are you mad? And these sweet potatoes, $6. Oh my gosh, guys, even their cauliflower is $5 along with their broccoli. Not to mention the grapes, $6.59. Just passing by the mac and cheese section, which I swear down is bigger than the actual fruit and vegetable aisle. But anyways, $1.39 for this. $1.39. That is like 4 times cheaper than a broccoli or cauliflower.
Dude, this is so funny. Number one, she is at Target, which, yes, there's Target supermarkets, but you don't go to Target to buy your groceries, a big grocery haul. That's gonna be more expensive. We all know that. Now, I will say $5.99 for cauliflower and broccoli is very excessive. But I love that outsider perspective of how American prices just hit differently. If you go to Europe or any other country, their grocery supermarkets don't look like ours at all. Her observation of why the fruits and veggies and the bread section is so small and comparative to the huge sugar aisle, the mac and cheese aisle. This is why America gets the rep that they get, you know? Videos like that, I mean, it shows what Americans eat. Yes, we do eat that, don't we? We should be eating more fruits and veggies. But why? It's more expensive. People can't afford it. Yeah, people can't afford it, can we? And she also keeps saying without tax in all of these videos. That's because tax on food, you get taxed on food in most states, which is going to be an extra 6 to 8% depending on the state you live in, which is so crazy. Now, I will say Target tends to be one of the most expensive places to buy your groceries versus like a Walmart or Aldi, but people still buy it. And you wonder why we can't afford anything. So now let's think about what we just watched. We just watched a bunch of videos from people across the world struggling to afford basics. This isn't just one city, one country, it's actually everywhere. Thanks for watching the video today. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so we can watch more videos together and we can see what's going on in the world.